All right, you beautiful people, it is July 2021. We're taking a look back at what happened in June 2021 and what a year it's been so far. We're at the halfway point and certainly a year that I don't think a lot of people really expected. So let's just jump right into it. In the month, combined, both residential and condo, we sold a total of 2,131 properties, an increase of only 4.6%. But if you remember, in 2020, the real estate market really started to pick up into the summer. Now, our average price still is up by 24.5%. Inventory, we've got more properties for sale now. So the inventory is starting to creep up, and you can even see it's got the creep versus June 2020 and also versus last month. So we're starting to add more and more properties into the mix. I mean, we added 250 last month. So I think there's a few different things that are happening here. Big factor, I think, has to do with the summer market. We haven't seen a summer market in a long time, and we're still definitely in a heavy seller's market. Okay, year to date combined, where you look at where we sit, we've sold 48.3% more properties. Again, the beginning of 2020 was so uncertain. The market is making a bit of a shift. It is a market in flux right now. It's changing from an ultra hot seller's market to just a hot seller's market. 30% still in terms of the increase for average price in Ottawa. So we can see here that there is the typical slowdown that we see in the summertime. All right, we've got properties that have normally sold really quickly, might take 2 or 3 weeks to sell now instead of 2 or 3 days. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's summertime. People want to get outside. They weren't really able to get outside and experience summer last year, and the students the kids were pulled out of school early, so it gave people a lot less time to be able to buy houses because they're with their kids, right? Now, if we look at just the residential side, break it down onto the residential side versus combined, we can see an increase in number of sales by 2.3% and still an increase in average price of 26.3%. Now, in the spring of 2021, we were seeing those increases in the 30% range. Now we're seeing them in the mid-20s. Still, great growth rates versus same period last year. Inventory, again, we're starting to see a few more houses come onto the market. I think there's a few different factors. One is people are saying, hey, things are easing up, things are opening up. Okay, I'll put my house on the market. I'm more comfortable with it now than I was during the heat of lockdown. And there's more inventory coming to market because I think things are starting to ease up a little bit. But the buyers are starting to say, hey, I don't need to buy right away. Let me go and enjoy my summer. The people who had to buy sort of bought in the spring, and we're left with a few less buyers, which is a typical summer slowdown that we see in Ottawa that we missed last year and we almost missed in 2019 as well. Year to date on the residential side, you can see, again, we've sold 46.5 more homes than we sold last year. And the average price of a residential property is still 32.5% more. So that's summer slowdown, right? When compared to last year, it's easy to see the market really skyrocketed the summer after the restrictions eased. So we're going to see a little bit of a difference between summer of 2020 versus summer of 2021, and that's what we're living through right now. So if you're not thinking about buying or selling, that's great. Enjoy your summer. If you are thinking about buying and selling, positioning is going to be incredibly important for you moving forward. We don't expect that there's going to be a huge change. It's not that the sky is falling. We're just seeing a bit of a summer slowdown, and the expectation is that in the spring, again, things are going to start to pick up in terms of numbers of sales and everything like that. However, we're going to be comparing it to a really busy fall that we had in 2020. So it might not be as busy a fall as last year, but it will probably be busier than the falls of 2019, 18, and 17. Okay. On the condo side, in the month of June, again, you can see we sold more condos. I think there's a lot of pressure being pushed downwards from people who can't afford a home who are buying condos. So 13.1% more condos sold. The average price of a condo up by 20.3%. In terms of inventory, we do have more inventory. We've started to see the condo inventory over the last couple months creep up and up and up. Again, 514 versus 440, not a huge difference, but all of that shows a higher percentage because the numbers are much smaller. But even again, you can see June 2021 versus May 2021, we've got 75-ish more units. I'm just doing the math really quickly in my head, so please don't hold me to it. And just over a month of inventory, about a month and 2 days or something, I guess, worth of inventory. So still definitely in a seller's market. We're going to be in a seller's market until we get 3-4 months worth of inventory, and that's going to take a while to get there. If we're adding 200 properties extra, 250 properties per month, for example, that's going to take probably another easily 12 to 18 months, assuming nothing else changes. But the expectation is there are going to be some changes. So if you'd like some information about how all of this applies to you, or if you're thinking about buying, you're thinking about selling, you want some help navigating the intricacies of today's market and how it changes, not just from month to month, but from week to week, or even from day to day, of course, reach out. My team and I'd be more than happy to help. As always, the phone number is 613-314-3187. And until then, Sty Fire out.